Hello everybody, welcome to your Daily Pop. We're going to use the beautiful Herbiary deck again because I just love the book. I love the illustrations. They're so warm. Oh my goodness, you guys, is it freezing cold where you live? Because it was 15 degrees last night. Luckily now it's almost 30 degrees. I'm so happy for the cats. They can go out and wander around. But my goodness, and the temperature has definitely taken an Arctic twist. So you guys, let's start with this warm, cozy picture that I just love. I love cauldrons. I'm obsessed with them. Every time I go into any kind of special shop, I'm like, do not buy a gigantic cauldron. Ian will kill you. Plus, when they're made as they should be, I think my mom had a few of cast iron. They're just so delightful, but they weigh like a metric ton. They're amazing. So let's see. Burdock is tap into your resources. In the book, it talks about, those little burrs that get matted in your dog's coat or get stuck on you. That's burdock. That's what those are. It's a tireless companion, and yes, she sticks with you, cheering you on even when you're running low on steam or self-esteem or recovering from a lingering ailment. And I know a lot of you guys, I've been talking to you over on IG and other places, you guys are really undergoing crazy flus, setbacks, your parents, loved ones are in hospitals and having ailments. And I know that sometimes it's like, we just feel like it's an endless deluge of things. But this is where we really have to tap in our resources to persevere. We have all our beautiful creative endeavors, happy shows, things that really get us excited about life. When I wake up, I am really lucky that I have this endeavor and this vocation because this is something I look forward to. But along with this, it says, burdock's a nurturer. It will build you up with gentle sweetness and ask for nothing in return. Her taproot runs deep. Once she sets her sights on breaking up that crusty soil or shifting old habits, she's persistently relentless. She's the friend of your childhood, the one that you could always count on to have your back. Trust me, she says, all will be well. It's sort of that bike riding. I see my cat is going to try to jump on this, and it's super annoying. It's that thing where you fall off your bike and you get back on. It's that thing where you're trying to swim and you can't keep up with your friends, but you keep trying to do it. It's one of those, those passions that say, I'm going to be resilient. I'm going to go for this. So you guys, this kind of is associated also with, pragmatism, practicality, but also being in the perspective of generosity. Everything that you need is around, everything that you have been, looking forward to, whether it's recovery, whether it's abundance, is starting to come your way. I just love that. It's such a cozy, beautiful picture. Now let's see what Hawthorn is all about. I love this. And lately too, it's like I have come to the understanding that just because it's cold out, that doesn't mean that we can't go outside, because that's one of the most healing, wonderful things for me too. Bundle up. I got one of those, those Canada coats that are ridiculous. Like you can go in 30 below and you still keep warm. I swear you can't wear it in a store. You start sweating in like a second. Okay, so Hawthorn remembers a time when local gods watched over knolls and wells, frolicking and making mischief in her branches. She remembers her limbs hung with strands of beads glittering in the sun and scraps of fabric fluttering in the wind like prayer flags, offering to the land itself and the gods to be kept alive in the vital conduit between spirit and matter. Those days are mostly past, but Hawthorn holds the portals open, knowing those interconnections provide true nourishment to keep the heart whole. If Hawthorn appears to you, strengthen your heart and guard it from homesickness by tending to the connections between spirit realms and material world. I definitely recognize this facet of myself where if I'm overwrought with feelings of, how am I going to pay for that? And how is this going to get done? And how am I going to meet that deadline? If I go out in nature and I go for a walk and I pick a few, I love crazy combinations of nature. Like I love that bleached out driftwood, and then I put shells and fresh flowers on it, the dichotomy of things that are kind of frozen with fresh and all of that. And I make a kind of outside altar, and I just touch everything and smell it, and I give it present moment awareness. Then all that other garbage dissipates. It really does. Fears, grief, lack of following through, anything. And also fatigue. I feel like fatigue evaporates when I go outside, and I feel a return of vitality and passion and patience. That kind of natural creativity out in nature and that art brings in truth, wisdom, spirituality, and all of that. So even looking, if you guys just look through some beautiful things over on Pinterest about plants and things that helps to get connected to it. So let's see what's going on with Lady's Mantle and Fortitude. I just love these. This makes me also want to go check out everything that's, you know, in the plant and herbiary information out there in the cyber world, because I bet there's gazillion things out there I've never heard of, and I get so excited when I discover new things. So Lady's Mantle says, Lady's Mantle will be there when you're ready to wrap a blanket around your shoulders, call in her protection, and enter the dark forest. She whispers, you can make it through this lifetime. Your soul is whole, and no matter what pains or abuse or physical world throws at you, you have integrity of spirit. She's particularly wise in the cases of trauma, murmuring the names of roads that will carry you through those dark woods. Lady's Mantle doesn't demand. She waits, knowing you'll find both bravery and fortitude within. She never loses faith in your strength, and with her help, neither will you. How beautiful is that? I'm like that. You ever have that, like, oh, that when you're not feeling well, that frantic idea that it's going to be eternal, right? That it's going to last for days and days or months and months. And then I have mass appreciation for my body and myself the moment I start to feel better. The thing is, we forget very quickly, and we just go back to the same old, where we should have reverence for that. Like, wow, today I can breathe through my nose and my mouth, you know, my legs and circulation is good, my eyesight is good, whatever it is, you know, that fortitude. And this is where, you know, it reminds me too, we need to take care of our like corporeal selves. We really do. Stretch, you know, even if it's minimal exercise, because I'm not so big on that lately, even though I know it's so important. But yesterday I had so much crazy, weird natural energy. I was dancing in the kitchen every time I opened the refrigerator. I was like belly dancing. I was super happy. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the cycle you have to take advantage of to get all the things done that you've been waiting to do. And man, oh man, did I like super cleanse my house and like get rid of everything that I didn't, garbage bag after garbage bag of stagnant old things that I just collected. It was like impulse buy, weird clothes, that like strange things, you know, and I was like, all of these things. It was really a nice feeling because I was able to utilize that energy to do things that were going to help me. And the fact that I felt good, I thought, won't that be helpful on days where I don't have so much energy, where I now look around and my house is nice and tidy and I know where all my decks are and all my beads are and everything. Speaking of that, you guys, right before I go off camera, I want to show you something I made last night. I was watching the Ozarks, and sometimes just seeing the colors of the lakes and the water, I got so excited. I made this. I'm really into collars right now, and I'm into like tribal looks. So I love coins. So I got some turquoise coins and howlite. I find if I have bars on the back of the neck, it doesn't matter. This necklace isn't that heavy to begin with, but anything that might carry a little extra weight because it's stacked, what I do is I just put bars on the thing and it lays flat against the back of your neck. It doesn't pinch, it's so comfortable, and it distributes the weight very, very nicely. And it just looks so beautiful, and I'm going to put it over on IG too. And then underneath, this kind of sparkles through too. I love this. I have just some pretty green agates in that. I love layered things, and I love things that look like ice and water and sky and earth. So I was really excited making that. And that's something else I did when I utilized, you know, tapping into my resources. I made a plan for yesterday, had the fortitude to see it through, and, you know, then commenced with stuff. So again, work in your cycles when you feel strong and robust to do the things you know are good for you. So love and light, you guys. That's your Daily Pop.